So I don't think I'm going to be able to get back to sleep because I have a cold brew still from breakfast. So, you know, I wanted to actually talk about um, religion and an afterlife. Because, whenever I tell people my major, one of the questions they ask me is, do I believe in a God? Do I believe in an afterlife? To put it bluntly, my belief of God is just it's the laws of nature as they're written. God is really not well understood. We don't know the rules of our universe fully yet. And there will always be something that we don't know. It doesn't matter how perfect we become or how knowledgeable we become. There's only something out of our reach. I think that's your God right there. Something that is perpetually out of reach. Perfection. Whether it be a human or any other life form. Um, I would probably vote human because, we're the only species that can communicate with one another effectively, and, we have our own written language. Well, actually, we're not the only species that can communicate with each other. We're the only one with a written language, though. And we do have a higher intellect than any other animals on the planet. Although, I'd probably say for, the lower half of the population, maybe the dolphins are actually smarter. A little joke for you. Sorry, being condescending there, so feel free to call me an asshole for that. It was a bad joke. But, yeah, I mean, that's my belief of God. I don't believe God is just one omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent human being. Or not human being, just being in general. As for an afterlife, that's a good question. A lot of people state that it's just nothing but blackness, nothingness. Um, you know, that's what they state, and it's kind of weird when you think about the laws of nature. Just how probable is our universe and these exact scenarios. The probability is very, 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 very small. So it's not really out of the realm of possibility to think that when you die, you just end up in a different reality. Maybe you carry out almost the exact same life, just one thing is different. One choice that you made went a different direction. Maybe there's a reality where I didn't say the things I said to my ex and we would still be together. Maybe that's the one that I would relive, whenever I die. Maybe there's a reality where, you know, I end up with someone else before I ever meet, you know, my ex. Maybe that's a possibility. So really, that's kind of my belief is that your life, how you live your life, and everything, and how it goes ultimately, it's just a roll of the die. And then when you die, it's just you start the game over. You just roll again, but this time you get different outcomes. Who's to say this isn't the infinite who's to say this isn't like the millionth conversation I've had with all of you, or even the infinite number of times I've had this conversation. When I say infinite, I mean countably infinite. And I guess in our case, infinite could just be a very, very, very large number. I mean, there's really no bound on infinite. You could consider 1 billion cycles of the universe to be just infinite time, because you're talking about if the universe really does last a Google year, which is 10 to the 100 power years, then repeat that a billion times. Yeah, you might as well consider that infinite time. So that's kind of my belief, is that death is just a roll of the die, and when you come out the other side, it's just something different. I don't know, it's kind of also weird to think of you're ultimately just nothing. There's nothingness. Because I think the concept of nothing is just strange, because we're here, we're present. That's something. We don't really know what nothing is because we need something to compare it to. So it doesn't matter what you say. There's really truly nothing because you have to have something to compare it to. Again, we could go into philosophy all day about that, but I'd rather prefer not. because that's going to be a very long conversation. And honestly, that's not really much of a conversation if, we can't engage back and forth on that. Also, funny enough, I had to take a philosophy class as part of my undergrad. We had a crazy philosophy teacher. I am certain he was on drugs, not just marijuana. I'm pretty sure he was on speed. Willing to bet he was. I mean that in like a fun way, because he was a fun guy, but he had a lot of energy. But yeah, that's my belief. Those are my beliefs of God and the afterlife. And if you're religious and you believe in a physical entity that is God, then hey, good for you. I'm not going to tell you that your belief is wrong, because I don't even know if my belief is right or wrong. Just as long as you don't impose your beliefs on other people and make them adopt the same opinions that you have, then yeah, we're good. I think that's where we draw the line with, freedom of speech, is when you start to actually impose your opinions upon other people when they just want to live their lives and have their own opinions. And granted, opinions can change. My opinions of everything can change. I don't hold to my opinions I don't hold to a lot of my opinions strongly. There are a few opinions that I hold that are pretty strong, pretty hard to break. But, that doesn't mean it can't be changed. But I would rather it be changed gradually through experience rather than having someone tell me to change it. Unless it is something that is harmful, like an opinion that is very harmful to me and to others, then yes, by all means, tell me to change it. Tell me what I should do to get rid of that. But if you're talking about religion, respect other people's opinions, whether you're religious or not. Now, I won't respect your opinion if you're one of those crazies that tries to get me to adopt your religion or your opinions, and I tell you no, and you continue to force it upon me. I'm sorry, my voice is very quiet today. Actually, it's always quiet, but I haven't had a lot of, water to drink, so. But anyway, I think I might draw for a little bit. Either that or watch some TV before walking up to work. I might just walk up to work without a shirt. Like, I'll have my work shirt, but it is way too hot. Way too hot. And whatever shirt I'm wearing is going to be drenched by the time I get there, so might as well save a shirt. I don't know. But I cannot wait for winter. I'll also have to put in a change of hours, at this smoothie shop. So that way I can at least have the tutoring hours completely open. Unless I get the full-time position, then I'm not really going to give a notice. If I get full-time hours and I get almost $1,000 a week, after tax, well, almost $900 a week after tax, then yeah, I would rather just take that, Anyway, that's it for now, and I hope you guys, try to have a good day, try and distract yourself if, you're getting mood swings. I'm trying to do the same, change the location, walk around, do something. I think that's a good coping mechanism. I can't always be at the gym trying to throw weights around because, that's going to tire my body out real quick. Yeah, that's it.